Hey guys, Dr. Lucas here, your Wellness GPS. I wanted to go through something here because if you're watching this, then you're probably going to see linked below another YouTube video. So such a refreshing video to watch, and the reason I'm putting this in our email list today, or maybe on Facebook you might be seeing this, is because a medical doctor who was one of the most humble people I've ever seen up there giving a TED Talk is gut-wrenching because he's talking about how he almost lost his son, about making a mistake that he made because of his training. He wasn't thinking like a doctor, right? He was thinking like a medical doctor. And it's not that that's a bad thing, except he even says something that we say in all of the presentations that get given. He says that we as medical doctors, now I'm not a medical doctor, but he's saying we as medical doctors are great at treating acute disease, but not at treating chronic disease. And the reason being is because you have to look at it completely differently. And he tells a few stories. He's talking about heart disease, he's talking about diabetes. He's talking about depression. He's talking about Alzheimer's and dementia, and how there's different doctors that are actually reversing these things. And he says after that, the one thing I disagreed with him in the whole presentation, he said, this is an entirely new way of thinking and it's revolutionary. And I'm saying, it's not. It's wonderful that we are thinking this way, but it's not an entirely new way of thinking. See, chiropractors have been thinking about this way since 1910. When we published a textbook, or I'd say we, but my predecessors published a textbook where they talked about the cause of inflammation, or the cause of all disease, subluxation in their case, was caused by toxins, traumas, and thoughts. Dr. Rangan Chatterjee, I'm probably destroying the pronunciation of his name, but he never says his name during the presentation, so I'm going to guess. He was talking about how getting to the underlying cause of these diseases is all about getting to what's triggering it. He's talking about sleep deprivation. He's talking about inflammation of the gut. He's talking about the microbiome. He's talking about emotional stress, all causing inflammation, all raising your cortisol levels. And then he goes and says this is an entirely new way of thinking. Now I want you to think about that. It's not an entirely new way of thinking. And I want you to ask yourself, is my doctor checking for toxins, traumas, and thoughts? If you're listening to this, you may see me. You may see another one of my colleagues who does address these things. But if you're not, doesn't mean you need to stop seeing your chiropractor. But it does mean give me a call. There are definitely steps that you can take in order to unpack these things. Working on a few basic blood tests right now, well, not necessarily a blood test, but stool analysis, nutrition evaluation, food allergies. These are like the three most basic things that everybody should get tested, okay? And then you can kind of branch out from there. But take a look at this video. I thought it was really refreshing. It's a different change in perspective. I love this guy, Dr. Rangan Chatterjee, great medical doctor. I look forward to hopefully getting to talk with this guy one day. Maybe if I can work it out, maybe I'll even get him on for an interview where we can talk about his experience and what he's been experiencing in practice now. If you like that, go ahead and give a thumbs up. Go ahead and share the video. Maybe post a comment in there and say, hey, yeah, we'd love to see an interview with this gentleman, and we'll try and make that happen over here. Okay, guys? Thank you for sharing this post or for listening to this post. Please share it. I'm going to go ahead and link, like I said, it's either going to be right below, it should be right below. I'm going to go ahead and link his TED Talk there so you can take a look at that as well. It's about 20 minutes. It's well worth the listen, especially if you're a health enthusiast like I am, and you want to know a little bit more. It's totally changing the perspective. There are more and more medical doctors jumping on board with this method of thinking, okay, because it's been around for a long time. Now, to them, it's new. To us, it's not. We've been seeing it forever. So, Dr. Lucas, your Wellness GPS, signing off. Take care, guys. Love you.